William.
Hi, Mary.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. Thank you for
Good.
call. Thank you for accepting
Accepting,
to
yes.
call.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I hope it's something that will be helpful.
Do you remember any of Boyd's jokes? Would he tell jokes?
No,
Oh,
he didn't tell jokes. He acted out. I mean, he acted when we went to a restaurant, especially if we went to anything that was considered beyond a diner. He would, when nobody was looking, he would take everyone's forks and just put them on the floor so that when they turned back to eat their meal, they didn't have forks. That was the kind of thing he did,
mm-hmm.
somewhat regularly.
So,
And I can't remember. I mean, that's a big one. He did that a lot. And so, after a while, the people with him would know, all right, Boyd, what the hell did you do with the forks?
yeah,
But it was still always funny to the kids, to me, to my sister, and then to our kids, because he continued that kind of humor to his great nieces. He and I clicked from very young. I was very young, and I just adored him and all that kind of stuff
yeah.
that he did was just it still resounds with me very, very powerfully.
And he
Yeah,
brought you lots and lots of candy too.
oh goodness, yes. And I still have the bag he used. It's about the size, a little bit smaller than the plastic grocery bags they give you these days that you can buy for 99 cents at the store. To be more green, it's about three-quarters that size. And I still have the bag, and I keep it because I love him, and I love having anything that's memorial to him in this red cloth bag. He carried it full of candy every time he came to see us.
He seemed to encourage his nieces to become more nonconformist in the way they led their lives,
Oh, absolutely.
and that was a great encouragement for you. And maybe you could talk a bit more about that.
Yeah, I mean, he really did. When, so I was born in 1950, and in the late 60s was the sort of when the feminist movement began to become a more solid and everyday kind of thing. He was the first person to really talk to me about that and really encouraged me to listen to those people and attend those kinds of talks and rallies or whatever, and to really be a person and not just fall into these typical roles. I'd married young and had a child, and I think he was maybe there was some fear that I was going to just be the wife and mother, which is, there's nothing wrong with being a wife and mother, I don't mean that, but that there was more out there if you wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just very, very supportive of that for me, and telling me that I was an artist, that I was a writer, that I was many, many things, and to keep your eyes open
Yeah,
to what might be out there for you.
and
And
he
so,
seemed. Oh, sorry.
no, it's an artist, so I did become a bit of an artist. I'm still an art teacher, and I don't think I would have done that without him. He was the most powerful influence in my life, and adult influence. I apologized to my mother on one level, but it just wasn't her. It just wasn't who she was,
Mm-hmm.
and it was who he was. He was the most important person in my life. I think part of what he was saying through all of his writings about sex and homosexuality, and what he was saying to me is that it had the same underlying message.
Mm-hmm.
Is just be who you are,
Mm-hmm.
do the best you can with what you have, make the most of what you have, and be yourself.
Yeah.
And that is a very simple, very, very basic underlying message.
You had a suspicion he was gay all along. The rest of your
Oh
family
yeah,
may not have, but you did.
I did. I knew. Every once in a while, my mom would say, she didn't use the words, "I'm going to. Do you think your uncle's gay?" And I would just say, "I don't know." No, never thought about it, because it was still not acceptable
Mm-hmm.
to her. And I think at the very end of his life, she knew.
Yeah.
But I knew from the mid '60s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and to me, I was a rebel. He told me I was the one with moxie.
Mm-hmm.
I was much more accepting of people are all different. It's all the same to me, and I think he's responsible for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes all it takes is one understanding relative and it opens a whole world to you.